What's up, Mr. Corey Beal? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's up, man? I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend.
I sure did. I sure did. Man, I actually had to cook out a little bit. I mean, Mr. Corey Beal Senior. Let me say it like that, like you said. Let me say it like you
Feel
said.
like
No,
it
but I,
matters.
yeah. That do matter. You know what? I put the junior on me because I wanted to. I ain't want to get all into it yet, but when I started saying the junior, my father's passed, right? So I started saying the junior because I wanted to bring him with me. When I started saying William Wade Jr., it was like, okay, I'm doing something for him too. You know what I mean? And it just that's how
Mhm.
I took it when I put the junior on there. Cause so yeah, man, I hear that. So how was your Memorial Day weekend?
Man, it was solid, man. It was great. Had an opportunity to go hit the waters. Was invited to one of my clients' annual Memorial Day cookout. One of the top marketing experts in the city over the past 15 years. Brought the family out. Um, Allowed them to go, get into the waters at out of Hendersonville, ate good, drank good, smoked good.
Hey, it is what it is.
Relaxing.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. So today, man, we're gonna go over. I got it set up to go over more mindset coaching, and I know you're big on the mindset and transforming your mind. But I want to go over some of the things you do, man. You're like insurance broker, real estate investor, entrepreneur mindset coach, CFO of Onyx Capital Financial Solutions, professional career expert in sales, business development, team leadership. Like you do a little bit of everything, man. I see you around there getting your hands on some things, man. So, what is about it what you like that you do that you like the most? Like, what is it that you actually do that you like the most that brings people to how you are value to what they do?
I think right now, I think the new industry that I ain't gonna say new industry because I was actually in it doing the first or during my time of entrepreneurship. I wasn't even an entrepreneur, but I say the first recession when Obama hit the office. I was doing mortgages at Wells Fargo Financial, and to get back into that industry because we're able to originate mortgages, loans for mortgages in all 50 states now. Um, I really think that's the market that I'm most excited about now, because um, I'm covering one of the most human basic necessities, which is shelter. Insurance. When I was doing insurance, and I've, for the lack of a better word, created several millionaires due to people understanding the importance of placing value over their life. They left their family, millions of dollars. So I was very happy about that part of that industry because, I've created opportunities for people to create intergenerational wealth through life insurance. I think now getting into mortgages and seeing that it's a need for affordable housing, seeing that it's a need for shelter, and I have an opportunity to provide solutions for that. I mean, for people who've got a credit score as low as 520 on up, we have programs that could get you housing, affordable housing at that. I'm really excited about that new endeavor, coupled with a couple of other projects that I'm working on, as far as opening up group homes, home care agencies, um, with my business partner. But I think the mortgage, I think this part of the industry that I'm in right now, it's not only my most exciting endeavor that I've taken on in quite some time, but it's one of the ones that is going to grow me um, past being an entrepreneur, but more into the realm of becoming a philanthropist. And I'm
Oh,
excited about me charting that course and would like to see the type of individual I become throughout the process as I chart this course.
you said credit scores as low as 520, right?
Yep.
So I know we that to be in an affordable housing. Hey, that's good stuff. because I'm real big on finances and getting things, getting things together in that way. So now that's good. That's good stuff. So I see you say, Mr. Create Your Bank. What is that about? What did that? How did you come up? What is that about? What part of it is that to address?
I mean, it's deeper than what it sounded like when I first got into the idea of creating your own bank, right? I was teaching people how to create their own bank by leveraging life insurance, right? And if you leverage life insurance the way the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, the Carnegies, the Walt Disneys of the world, people don't think Walt Disney started through cash value life insurance, right? When you understand the power of cash value life insurance and how you can become your own bank, I think it was imperative to teach, particularly our community, its importance, especially those that's treading water in the middle class of America, how you can leverage this particular asset to create intergenerational wealth that has years and years and years, decades upon decades, at least 100-year track record of creating wealth for your family if you utilize this asset properly. But now, in today's time, creating your own bank it's letting you know that you are your own entity. You are your own economy. We're in an era where your telephone could make you $1 million. We're in an era where your telephone could become your ATM machine. Your laptop could become your ATM machine. If you set up digital products, digital courses, monetizing your expertise, something that we're currently doing right now with StreamYard, being your own economy in today's time, is paramount if you want to survive in the future. So it has a whole new meaning on creating your own bank is now, hey, how can I become my own economy? How can I ensure that I'm able to make or generate enough income, enough currency, which you could do globally now.
Facts.
So
Facts.
I don't fall to the wayside of the unprepared.
You said
Right?
something big. You said something big, right? Because you definitely said something big. Because what the thing is, using what you have now. Because see, I'm in the cleaning company. Well, I started with the cleaning company and got success in there to what I said, or some people may say success, but I'm growing that further. But the knowledge that I have in that can help people around the world, right? Even if I'm doing it online, because I'm doing it anyway, right? So when you say it's a different economy now, like global, you have your virtual assistants, like virtual assistants, and you have artificial intelligence, right? So putting the VAs and the artificial intelligence together, and then just being able to reach people around. Come on, man, it's just you're right. You can make a lot of money off your cell phone, and that's again, that's the mindset change. So I seen you put it on post one time. It was saying that the business that the economy that you so have prepared for is not the business world that you see anymore.
It's not. It's not. And if people know me, that I was rebelling against the change. Why? Because I felt like that my skill set was one-on-one, was networking the old school way, was prospecting the old school way, was doing business the old school way. Social media definitely changed the approach to how I went about business. So I sparingly used social media to generate income. I was generating income, but I was generating the way I want to generate it because I still prefer the face-to-face sales. I still prefer the old school prospecting. I still prefer the old school referral, right? The way to receive referrals. But now with the event of artificial intelligence that is affecting so many industries, the way I go about business, yes, I make a monetize my expertise and the wisdom that I've gained as I endure the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship. It would be a fool for me to continue to go on as business as normal as it was taught to me when it is people 20 years younger than me that doesn't have the level of expertise that I have, that is making 7 and 8 figures because it's their time to where they didn't have to go through what I have to go through. They have to use their smarts and monetize social media, monetize these chats. And so, many of us, a few of my peers, still stuck in how we were brought up. So I had to really come to grips and accept the fact that, hey, Corey, the way that you do business is going to make you a dinosaur. You are on the verge of being extinct. And I had to make that shift. And as I'm making that shift, blessingly, because of my network, because of my expertise, and because of me just reclaiming my student mentality, I was able to make that shift and still take advantage of what's in front of me with a new with a fresh pair of hands. It's almost like this young lady. She told me a few years ago about the importance of washing my face. And spiritually, that means that I need to wash my face and see life with new lenses, see life from a refreshing point of view, not from my point of view. I need to wash my face. I need to see what's going on, what's in front of me right now, because I had no idea that I was hinging on the rearview mirror and just living in the past.
No, you get something good with that one. You get something good with that one, because one of the things I'm realizing now when I'm in my business, I realize that as I rebranded my business, as I started to do, I started with the franchise, right? And then I moved over to do independent. And like I was saying, I still was building it the way that I built the first go up. I didn't know that, right? And so I was still living in the past. Like I was building it the same way I knew how. And so the way that the world is now, the way that the things have changed, I tell people all the time, man, it'd be crazy to tell the kids or the people behind you the same thing that you heard, because AI is here. Like the stuff that I do now with my cleaning company with AI, I hadn't even put touch to talk to people about it yet.
Right.
It's amazing. And the only reason why I haven't is because I have my virtual assistants learning it. So I got to get it to where it's all together to where now I can put it out and help more people. But dude, my cleaning company has been changed. Like it's so thing, everything that I've touched has been changed just because I started to learn how to use certain tools, and I learned to use the tools inside of what I was doing. Now, the system that I have set up, right? A lot of us don't have systems in place. You can get your systems in place, right? Like training people. You got training procedures you need to come up with. Some of these things that you have in your mind that you need to come up with, now you could come up with and you can implement those things. And now it could cause you to become more efficient and more successful in your area. And so with that being said, some of the things that people had to go and learn, they don't have to go and learn anymore.
Well, I want to push back on that.
I like that pushback,
because all those at our fingertips, what's easy to do is also what's easy not to do. Okay. Right? We've been having resources at our fingertips since the first damn day the library opened. So if people really cared about learning, the libraries would be full.
Yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
We would not be in a nation that tell you that college doesn't matter. We would truly, supremely value education. Right? The importance is your environment and getting around people that can help you implement, help you chart the course, right? Because my era, I always lean on my era. I'm 46 years wise, Generation X. We come from two psychologies that permeated our communities, and many of us, including me, became masters at doing this. We was told to fake it till you make it, right? Mm-hmm. And number two, we was also sold the importance of knowledge is power. We was not told that applied knowledge is actually power. No, so we became a generation of information hoarders. Like we was happy that we knew things. We was happy that I could go to the William W.A.D.Es of the world because I'm cool with you. Hey, can you show me how to open up a cleaning company? Because we was always told, shit, if your boy got you, Gucci. You know what I'm saying? not understanding the commerce side of that relationship, right?
You open up
Respect.
something, man.
Say that again.
Go ahead. I was saying you open
Yeah,
up something though. I see. Go ahead.
yeah, respecting your expertise, respecting the time that you put in to do that. Would say, hey, I could just go holler, my boy Will put me on, right? So when you look at that, it's not just the learning. Like I said, it's the implementation of the learning, but getting in the right environments with the right people that can help you take this, dump it on paper, and then in it, then put it like I said before. Steve Jobs said it almost a decade ago. Right before his passing, what he said. Innovation is great, but execution is worship. He said that before social media really took off. He said that before artificial intelligence took off. He said that before people started creating digital products and courses, that execution is worship. And that still reigns supreme to this day, the execution part.
Yeah. No, that's true. Because as I say, wishing they ain't doing enough.
And wishing ain't doing enough. Facts.
Wishing they ain't doing enough, man. A lot of people wish that they had something different and they don't, man. They got to go out there and get it. But no, you said something about I forgot what it was. See, sometimes I be listening and then I forget what I was talking about. I should have wrote it down. But man, that's a good topic because the way that the world has changed and the way that the business has changed, you got to change a lot. You got to change a lot of stuff. I see a lot of things that I'm doing now that it's so simple to do real quick, man. And then as I teach my VAs how to do it and they doing it quick and they doing it for multiple people now, dude, there's so much change happening to where I can influence other people's business. I'm helping other people brand and business because of the knowledge that I have. And now this is what it was. It's not like we're scared to share it now. Because see, now it's prevalent, right? It's everywhere. So now that it's everywhere, you know how people say, man, even know everything, I don't want to tell nobody. You can't say that no more because it's all the way out there. You can find it from anywhere. Now it is about you finding somebody that you trust and you believe that they walk the walk and they talk the talk, and then you getting under them and listening to them. Because see, one of the things I didn't do, man, is listening. Because see, what it is I had this thing and I got people up over me and they telling me certain things, but it's everybody has to go through their own certain experience to get the experience. You know what I mean? And it's like when I train people, when I coach people now and I tell them this, I say, man, you got to go make your own mistakes. Like no matter what a person tells you over the like I can tell somebody right now. You said something about the books. That's another thing you said. If we had tools at our fingertips, right? And if they really wanted it, the libraries would be full, right? This is the same thing, and I'm telling people about ChatGPT and AI. Now I've seen how it transfer I have 4 companies or 4 brands that I'm actually building. And when I started to use AI and I started to implement that into the cleaning system and started to get my team involved and started to see what's going on, my whole mindset in the team change. Now, if you go in and you put the same old thought process into the new generation of today, you will get left because social media is detrimental. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I meet people on social media about my cleaning company, about coaching, about whatever I do, just by being consistent on there. Now, as I'm doing what I do, I'm consistent in doing it, and other people want to see how consistent they can do it too. And so it just don't make sense, especially if you're keeping it real. Now, it's some people out there that ain't really doing it, but I don't really see them. I hear people say that. I hear people say that all the time, and I'm just being real. I don't know people like that online because I don't talk to them, but I do know it may be that. But I know people like, man, there's people out there that they doing this and they not really doing this. I don't really see those people because I don't really hang with those people, so I don't really know. But again, I know it's out there. But I just wanted to touch on that because as you was speaking, you got me thinking, man, like it's the mindset, dude. When I was away and I was in confined and I was looking for something else different, I had to change the mindset that I had to go get what I wanted to get. And I wasn't even around it yet. I wasn't even around it, nor did I know when I could obtain the freedom to actually go and pursue it. But in my mind, I was pursuing it on a daily basis. And as I started to get out and I started to talk to people that was out, and I'm sitting to coach them, and I'm sitting to say, hey, this is what you could do to change your mind. I'm saying that it's they don't really want it. It's that the thing They
it's
don't.
not that they don't want it. It's not that they don't want it. I want you to pick up this book. That's a phenomenal book, man. It's by Tom Burrell, and it's called Brainwashed. And that book was basically talking about how marketing and advertising has brainwashed communities, particularly our community, right? And you got to give people a level of grace because we're the only race that, quote unquote, has been free for 40 years. I mean, 400 years of enslavement is a motherfucker, man. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to curse. 400
Yeah,
years of
yeah.
400 years
I keep it PG.
of
I like to bring
physical.
intellect.
My bad.
Keep the
400
intellect
years
going.
of systemic oppression is something to really get over. And you gotta, if you really look at it, because they said the numbers don't lie, right? If you really look at it, we've only been free in this capitalistic society 10%. 10% out of 400 years. We only been free for 10%. And so when we use inflammatory words like they don't want it, what's wrong with us?
I see how
We're
you're
not
going with that.
paying attention to the
Oh, that's deep.
level of psychological damage our race has endured and
That's
continuously
deep.
endured. We
That's deep.
we've been financially redlined, we've been spiritually redlined, we've been physically redlined, right? We're finally, every time we attempt to take 2 steps forward, they no longer bomb us anymore. They don't have to go bomb Tulsa no more. They don't have to go bomb North Carolina, the first Black Wall Street. They don't have to do what they did in Philly in 1986 when they was building the all Black, community where they were really prosperous. They don't have to bomb us physically no more. They bomb us legislatively now. They create these bills now that make it more difficult for us to get access to funding, access to resources, access to things that could push us forward, right? And if we're not understanding that part of marketing and advertising, then it's easy for us to say, man, they don't want it. It's right there. No, look what we're being bombarded with. And once again, we're only 10% out of 400 years. So we really need more people to extend grace. Now, granted, I'm not saying don't waste your time with time wasters. That's when you use your spirit of discernment and say, hey, they're not ready. Let's just say that they're not ready yet. And it'll be a waste of my time to revel here when I got places to go.
You hit on a couple of things that I gotta go before I forget. I've got to say something. One of the things was the people, the mindset. Because see, when you were building the team, right? You're building the team and you want people around you to get it, right? And so a lot of times they just don't have it. What I'm finding out now is like what you're saying, that the marketing of how it is. I'm finding myself putting people on. The higher I get in my business and higher the contract numbers I get, I'm finding myself having to train the people on even how to go to show up to work so that they can keep these numbers coming in. Because see, sometimes I want to go with certain people or certain characteristics, but it go in and it messed my money up. I lost a $60,000 job because I sent the wrong people in there just because of the I got put off the job for convenience, right? And then I got put off the job for convenience, and I realized it's not because I want to help certain people. I want to help people, but the thing is, they have to show up a certain way. And then a lot of times it's a reconditioning of the mindset. And the reason why I'm so big at saying this mentality, not money, because I'm forced to change the mindset of people. Like my kids, my first people that I've had to change the mindset of my children. A lot of times I see people, they hit it out to the internet, they hit it in the highways and the byways, as they say up in the church, but they said they hit it out and they ain't in the house. So first of all, I had to go in-house first. I'm an in-house person. I'm going in-house to make sure my kids are understanding what's going on. Because see, what you're saying is true. I go out and see a lot of people and I'm hiring them for good opportunities and they just showing up and totally just unfulfilling. And it cost me to understand that that's just how it is. And I didn't know why. And I took years and years and years of bumping my head on the same thing, losing a lot of money force it into something. I used to tell people this, man. I'm a type of guy. They said you can't fit a square peg in a round hole, right? I'm a type of
Yep.
guy. Said, man, I figured out. I shape the side
Oh,
down to make it
same
work.
here. Oh my
I
God. Yes, I
shape
was
it
a
down.
rebel without a cause.
I shape the side down. You can't tell me I can't get a square peg. I'm gonna shape them sides off and file them things down. I get it in there. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you, that's not always good.
No, because they should have told us this key term called opportunity. It's an opportunity cost.
Yeah.
You're wasting all your energy trying to prove a point where you're trying to fit a square peg in that round hole, and there's people running circles around you now.
And that was a good one, boy. I like that one. Hey, I like that one. Oh, my God, Christian, great video, man. I caught live this week. That was a good one. Hey, all right, Mary Joy. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Mary Joy, great. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. More lives and content, please. I got you. I got you. All right. All right. But no, man. I like when I'm man, no, for real. So honestly, so let me get this back together. So right now we're gonna stop in the look in a minute in the middle, and I'm gonna bring some stuff up. You know how I do. My people go look at this
There
stuff.
you
So
go. I research.
let's see. Yeah, I got a team, brother. I got a team. So we're gonna pull some stuff up, man. And I want to
Let's
see
see what
exactly.
y'all got this time.
Let's see what we got going on, man. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So what is we gonna stop? What's this right here?
Oh man, that's my beautiful Earth right there, celebrating her 66th birthday. Took her out for a surprise dinner, and you know, we had good conversation. So when they brought the cake and ice cream out, I put the picture out there, and then someone said, "Man, you and your mother have the same smile." Right. So I decided to to
Man,
pay homage to my mother.
yes.
Like, hey, you blessed your baby boy with a beautiful smile. So that was the purpose of that picture.
Hey, you see that smile on your net? I tell you, my people. Hey, so that was good, man. That was good. That was good. I got something else for you. Let's see what this is, man. Let's see
Let's
what
see
this is.
what this is. Man, that was receipts, man. You got to show receipts, right? So that was me. I'm in a phenomenal community called TSP. I'm in their mastermind as well, and you get what's called the six-figure award. If your business did over six figures, the 12-month span, you get rewarded. And trust me, you don't get those rewards because you send the numbers in. You got to send your profit and loss statements. You got to make sure that the business is legit, is up and running. And within that community, that just shows you that you're an authority in your space. And so, they have the 6-figure, 7-figure, and 8-figure award winners. So just being in that room, the next step, the next award I could win within that community is 7 figures. And once I reach 6 figures, the next award I could win is 8 figures. They already, I think, have like 7 8-figure, 7 or 17 8-figure earners already. They have a lot of 7-figure earners. I have quite a few as clients. I also have a couple of 8-figure earners that serve as my mentors. And actually, the people on the stage are my coaches. They're 8-figure earners training to 9 figures. So, just being in that community, that's where the mindset shift as well. Just say, hey, this is the first marker on your road. And if many people know, they know that I have a goal. I'm running in God gave me this vision, I say beginning of the year. So I'm 6 months into my goal, but I have a vision 7 years, 100 million. My goal is to do 100 million in 7 years. I'm not concerning myself with the how. I'm gonna let the universe, ensure that the how gets taken place. I just gotta be the $100 million man during the process. And how does that look like? What does it look like? And ensure that I put myself in the industries that can allow me to accumulate that level of income. And so I'm very excited about where I'm at and the type of course I'm charting on getting to 100 million in 7 years. You know, so that's the mood, that's the mindset, that's where I am. And I can tell you right now, once I put that out in the universe and start making the necessary steps, regardless of what personal or business obstacles that I'm currently facing, my network has really changed. Like I talk to billionaires, quite a few billionaires on I got access to one right now on a daily basis now. I'm talking to more. I have more 9 figures and 8 figure earners in my telephone and my DMs and my chats, setting up weekly meetings. Majority of my newfound friends, I ain't gonna say friends, let's say peers or colleagues or people that's on the same on a mission, are high earning 7 figure individuals. And so, as they say all the time, if you hang around five millionaires or 5 multimillionaires or 5 8 figure earners, you're destined to becoming the next one. And so, I'm extremely grateful for that award, because now it has allowed me opportunities, more speaking engagements, more profitable collaborations and partnerships. And it has forced me to evolve, to get to the next level, which, like I said, something that I was truly resistant to do, because I wanted to do things my way like Frank Sinatra, but
so what is
not anymore.
So what do you think about this one here?
Hey, that's a mindset shift. Cut the T off. I can do it. Self-talk is important, man. You know how many negative or unprofitable thoughts we have on a daily basis that we unfortunately succumb to? Many of us, including myself, used to fight for our limitations, when the reality of the matter is we are limitless people. How can we be the child of God with limitations?
I get you.
How can we be?
I'm gonna tell you, I used to have to do a practice, right? Coming back from the yard, when I come back, right, I was really changing the mindset. I used to say something positive about myself with every step: determined, aberration, confident, secure, outgoing. Every step I take, I say something positive, and then every time I stop, I start again. And over time, you realize that when I first started, I realized I didn't have that many positive things to say about myself. Like before I stumbled, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know those words. We didn't used to hearing those words. Man, you're a determined brother, man. You know what I mean? You very confident. You know what I mean? We hear the other side, or we say other things to ourselves. I never forget when I was going through my process of changing, someone said, man, what did you do? I said, man, I used to take care of my family. I said, I didn't do it the right way, but I was taking care of my family. And who that was a therapist. So when I got in my situation, my family was like, man, my auntie was like, you need to go see a therapist. Something wrong with you. And I said, you know what? Instead of me not listen, I listened to her. I'm like, because I knew for me being away from my kids, something was wrong, because I knew I would have never done that logically. It was something else going on. Now, I wasn't really crazy, but what I did learn inside of that, I got time to find who I really was in that journey. But what I found out about it is this: a lot of times when we tell our story and knock ourselves back down while other people knocking us down too. Because I was sitting here telling her I was taking care of my kids and I was doing this. And although I was doing it in a different way, I had to let her know that even though I wasn't doing it in the right way. Like, and she said, don't do that. I said, tell me 5 things about you. And you know what I mean? And when I gave her 5 things, it was backpedaling. And so I learned by that, man, I don't have to say nothing negative about me. So I started to read in the word. I started to get more into who I really was. And I started to realize, man, that we are created to be more, right? And so I started to realize that you have to believe that. And how you believe that is programming yourself. See, the mindset is not something that just happens. It has to be programmed. It has to hear certain words over and over. It has to go through certain instincts over and over so it can fire together, right? If people understood how you got to wire your mind, because see, I used to read books on how to transform my mind. And I started to learn about neuroplasticity and how people say, you can teach old dog new trick, because the brain is always shaping. But what the shaping brain is, when you get around different people, you get those different experiences. And see, the problem that it is that when you first go around somebody in a new experience, it feels unfamiliar because it has nothing to connect through. But as you continue to go through those, you start connected to more people and you start to be out there around those people and you start to feel more comfortable. And see, I didn't understand that. So what I do is I train to tell people this: you just go out to see who's out there. Because see, that gives you not to feel uncomfortable. You get around different people and you just start to see. You go to 3 networking events just to see who out there. By the time you go to your 3rd one, you realize that it's a whole nother crew of people that's going out there doing the same thing that you was doing around your area, but they just doing it in a different way. And that's how you start to grow your income. And that's how I started to grow my business. And that's how this company that I'm working with my virtual assistant is growing, because it's the people that I'm around, the people that I know what I want to help. I have a whole system of VAs that help people go whatever they need to do behind the business. And the people that I'm around that want to grow their business, they don't get into it. It's the people that I go outside around the mindsets of other people that see what I have and love it. And it goes to show, you must go outside those people. A lot of times people get upset and they get frustrated because the people close to them, they don't support them. I tell people all the time, man, those are your resistance. When you in that weight, man, y'all know you lifting weights and you got them resistance and you going through. Those people that's close to you that's not supporting you, those is what strengthens you. So that way you can get out there, and then the people behind you, they'll come back behind you. But a lot of times we get burnt on those people because they didn't support us and we kick them out when they were used to strengthen you to go bust through. What do you think about all that I just gave you? I gave you a lot. Let me see what you got.
No, I mean, repetition rewires the brain. That's neuroscience, right? So I think the great William James said, "You are," or who did he say this? Or Einstein said? Somebody said it. You are what you repeatedly do, so therefore choose excellence, right? Repeatedly. That's the key word, repeatedly, right? But as long as you use words like it's boring, it's time consuming, none of us don't want to do nothing that's boring, it's time consuming. So those are inflammatory words that we got to take out of our vocabulary, right? Or block it as soon as someone says something. But as far as support, it's once again has to do with the conditioning of the programming that we had to endure growing up. Your family's supposed to always be there for you. Your family's supposed to support you through and through. We were sold what support looked like from such a dysfunctional base of individuals, which I call emotional pimping, right?
That's fair.
Support is something we shouldn't be looking for. Progress is something we should be our chief goal. And how do one progress? So why would I look for support from a group of people, whether it's my family or my close friends, who hasn't shown me progress? What does if they can't support themselves? How do
what? I need to give me some sound effects. Hey,
how do I expect them to support me, right? But since we were sold that was good. But we don't have the William W.A.D.E and the Corey Beal singers of the world putting this information out 20, 15 years ago. See, it was told in Yale, it was told in Harvard, it was told into these masterminds that we were redlined out, right? That we thought was goofy, was corny, or that's what lames do. The excuses we had to make up because we couldn't get the invite, and we saw that with so much passion and so much validity that our mantra has been about surviving instead of thriving. So you don't get this level of conversation. So that's why I always tell people, if God gave you the vision, he will give you the provision. He would help you chart the course, and it's not going to be with the people who you want to come up with. I mean, it biblically states you're not a prophet in your own home. That doesn't mean that you an evangelist. You know what I'm saying? You finna help people get to heaven. What are you trying to prophesize within your business? Right? You're not a prophet in your own home because your own home 9 times out of 10 has never experienced the vision you're trying to bring to pass. So they ain't gonna know how to support you. They ain't gonna know how to be there for you because they're barely being there for themselves while they're stuck in surviving mode. So, but no one is telling us that or breaking it down to where now I've given my mother grace. Like my mother mentally, physically handicapped. And because of those things, she unfortunately blocked me from a lot of opportunities due to her lack of understanding. So what she could do best was, since she had the fear of the unknown, then have the knowledge of the unknown, she chose to shelter me because the most she could do was protect me. At least I could reconcile that he can't get hurt, even though she didn't understand that she was hurting me, enabling me,
Hey,
chopping my process down to the knees of growing up to being the man I needed to be. Right. So, but it took me going to college, it took me being around environments off the back of her sacrifices, because she did make one or two very pivotal decisions that changed the trajectory of my life. Right. But nevertheless, it took me to have that yearning to go learn, to go through what I had to go through to be in such a forgiving space. That's why I'm always asking people to provide people with grace. And you've noticed my psychology has changed, right? I think we need tough love, and we need to be the one that's beating people down, and we got to make people do the shit and all this other stuff, right? And you need to, and you know what's right from wrong. Disrespecting the level of trauma that we all endure, and not providing them with the sufficient grace and mercy that each and every last one of us need, coupled with having the mental fortitude of saying, hey, I don't have to wade in the water with them either if they want to stay in murky waters. Being able to reconcile that and to push through is strong. Hey, let me go get my computer is now. Give me 1 second, man.
all right, no problem, no problem, no problem. I can definitely hold the contract. All right, so Corey Beal on here. Let him get his stuff, man. We're talking about the mindset, and man, I'm always big on the mindset, man. Before anything starts, it always starts inside of the mind. Everything created first, it created first in the mind. I'm real big on the mindset transformation, and I'm real big on making sure that you can see where you want to go before you get there. We got to start with the end in mind. It's so many people that I talk to that are stuck in some of their vision, but they're stuck at the beginning part because they didn't know what to do next. And it seems like me coming from a position where I had time to put my mind together and put some thoughts together, I could see things from a different perspective, right? And so, all right, you back? All right, so yeah, I can see things from a different perspective. And so now, when I got into this new world, like this dude, I used to write, man. Look, I used to write. I got it right here, and I know I used to write every day. Now, this is the thing, because when I say people, we talked about the provision, right? And you talked about earlier, you was talking about if God gave you the mindset, if you're successful. This is something that I know is true. And this is what I want to tell all the people that are listening right now. The thing is this: if you believe that God wants you successful, everything that you need for success is around you right now today. It's
right
nothing
now
else
to this day.
because nobody gonna see, and I knew that for a fact, and I could say this for the fact because when I was in prison, when I was behind the wall, I said that if God want me successful, everything that He want me to have is right here. And then I looked at my limited resources, and I knew I had books and people. I had books and people. While other people were ordering commissary, I was telling my people to send me books, and I was making my money commissary inside. I didn't need y'all to send me no money. I could make my own money. I need the books because I couldn't get the books. And so when you said that about the knowledge, if you want it, that's why I say it's mentality, not money. Dude, right here, I got a whole thing. Dude, I got, man, with now that AI is here, I have stories and lessons that I was learning with pure mind. No, nothing. No alcohol, no drug, no nothing. I was nothing. And when I say all of that, I've been good now, but I'm just saying, when you in your purest state, when you going through your purest side, like we get out here and we get our culture that want to drink and want to smoke, and I feel you, because I mean, everybody want to have a good time, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. When you are at your best, you drinking water and you focus on your vision. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I had so much pure joy that when I got around people that kick it a different way and I succumb to some of the things that I know that's not going to be beneficial to where I really want to go, it's a conflict of interest inside my mind. And so I'm stressing out because one day I'm kicking it and chilling with some people because I like to chill it with them, but then I go to sleep and I wake up and I realize I'm not as hard as I could go. Like I'm not that in line as I should be. And so I
Right.
drink more water. I hit the gym more. You know what I mean? And so then again, like you said, I start to be around different people. Go ahead.
No. You're flowing.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something to say. Because so
No. You're flowing.
I write stuff down. So I wrote this whole thing down from 2016, all of this, everything that I did, I wrote down. And the reason that I wrote it down and the reason that I got this right now, you can see, you know what I mean? You can see it's all wrinkled up and everything, right? And the reason that I got that and I say that is because when you said that you wanted a vision, a lot of people don't even want to write it down. Write down the vision that you have in your mind. You could put it down somewhere so you can read over it and you can look over it. What that does is train your mind to be able to see the holes in the plan. Right? When you see it, you get to see the holes in the plan. See, a lot of time, I think what we want to do is we want to have it up here.
But not only does it sees the holes in the plan, it also sees the necessary steps to take to fulfill the plan.
Yeah.
Once you give your mind an assignment, your mind, number one, once you place your mind under assignment to achieve something, that becomes its number one assignment. Like, for example, giving up processed foods, right? Giving up refined carbs, right? And giving up dairy due to my, health scare and whatnot. And I know about it last year, but I still try to do shit my way. And it really, the doctor was like, "You trying to live or die? Let me know."
Yeah.
Right. And so once I gave my mind that assignment that this is what I can't eat, I shouldn't eat, shouldn't consider, every time I had a thought, every time I reached for them Oreos, right, my mind was like, "Oh, so you choosing death, huh? You know you're supposed to be eating that." You know what I'm saying? Until you get down to a certain quote unquote weight, and you might have it as a treat or two. Right? But right now in this season, this ain't nothing you can eat. Why are you even considering eating that? And then once that question was posed, I had a whole bunch of thoughts. Well, you know what, man? It's only one cookie. Like, I had that little devil on the side that was trying to, emotionally pimp what I was supposed to do, right? But I stood fortified because I gave my why to my mind, and I also wrote it down. But it's biblical as well. Write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to, I'm gonna say I don't want you to, I also want you to realize it's not really designed to look for the holes. It's going to do that, but most importantly, it's designed to go fill out those holes, to fill in the gaps.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I like that too. You're saying the same thing from a positive perspective. I like that flip on that. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. And as do you have certain things that you do on a daily basis that you think keep you successful, or do you know some of the things that the people you around that you talk to may be doing on a daily basis? Because I have some things that I'm looking to do, and I know some people that's listening saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do this in the morning. I'm gonna do this at this time. I'm gonna do this at this time." I even had people that don't want to put a schedule because they scared of failing from their self on the schedule. Man, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna commit to it. So all those mindset things hold you up. Now, do you think? What are some of the things that you think some of the higher earning people that you've been around and that you talked to, and some of the things that you may be doing that that's important?
They micromanage themselves because they place such a high value on themselves that anything that derails them from their plan is a distraction.
Facts.
They don't overwhelm themselves with unproductive activities. I'm not saying they don't let their hair down. I'm not saying that they probably don't do it in the middle of the day, go golf.
No, bro. I ain't trying to let nothing down right
now. But one of the things that they do that I've started to implement, they get up early in the morning and they meditate. They clear their mind first and foremost. And they write down 2 to 3 things, not a multitude of things, but 2 to 3 things of what they're grateful for. And then once they write those things down, they chart out what are the number one priorities that need to be done by 1 p.m. Central. What are the top 3 things that I need to focus on? And once they do that, they block damn near anything that will impact their level of productivity. They're eating a much well-balanced meal. The meals are healthier, right? They're not getting up just having pancakes and cereal every day. They may have it once a week, right? But they watch what they put in their body. They're fueling their body for excellence. They're fueling their body for stamina, the strength that it needs to take to execute on these ideas, right? Then they doing a midday check-in. Like, hey, where am I at? What needs to get done? Why this didn't get done? Because then they finna create their list for the second part of their day. So they ain't get whatever need to be done by 1 p.m. That last item is not a highest priority on the next 2 to 3 things that they may have to do between 1 and 6. Then that item has to go on the back burner and go on another list or goes on tomorrow's list, and they check it off. And then before they go to bed at night, they review their list. They write down what was one impactful thing that they got done today. What is one thing they could have been better at today? They got a nighttime routine and they rest. And that's what I'm seeing the ultra successful to do until their whole life is systemic, until their income is on automatic, right? Until they go after their newest challenge, right? That's when I'm seeing what highly emotional, intelligent people are doing. And it's not to say that they don't have problems or issues that arises that they can control. But I really believe because of their routine, because how they fortify their mind to stay in productive modes, as well as they network if something were to happen, they got people that could call on the dime who are as well execute on the same level. So really what I'm also saying, they don't hang around with the sheep. They don't hang around with the sheep or the pigeons. Just because you're a bird don't mean you can fly with me. Right? They hang around with the eagles and the hawks. Like, you know what I'm saying? The falcons. They hang around them strong birds. And sometimes they got to have a raven, you know what I'm saying, in their mindset. But they might have the mentality of a crow too. Shit, they got to eat what they kill. And they're unapologetic about it. like you did what I'm saying.
See,
that's their makeup of the crew that they're with. They're not really around people who fight for their limitations. They extend the resource, they extend the help, but they only truly deal with the willing and those who execute, period. And I had to learn that because I've lost several people. I lost access to several people that are supremely successful right now. Supremely successful right now.
You only want to put yourself around people that's willing to execute. That's big. That's the reason why that's big is because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the times as I was going through this journey of figuring out how I'm gonna come with people and how I'm gonna deliver what I got, I was meeting around people that just weren't gonna move. And a lot of entrepreneurs that hear the same thing, man, they say the same thing. They talking to everybody around them. And when you finally get to that point that, hey, I'm just gonna talk to people that's gonna be moving, you get to move so much faster. But let me play this. Man, all you got to do to set your goal is think of something you want, set you an action plan, and get to it. This week, I want to close out on at least one of my proposals. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow up. I'm going to have my team follow up, and then I'm going to follow up with some old leads. I'm going to talk to my new clients, potential clients, and my old clients and see if we can get a lead. Do some cold calling. And there you go. You set you a goal. You set you some action steps. And another thing you can do is tell somebody. A lot of times we say we don't want to tell people our ideals. We don't want to tell people certain things. But tell people your goals, and they hold you accountable. A lot of times some of us will show out for other people that we won't do it for ourselves. We don't tell some people our goals because we're scared we might not achieve them and it makes us look like a failure. Tell somebody your goals. Let them hold you accountable and achieve something big this week. Wishing ain't doing enough. Man, all you got to do. Think about that, man. What you think about it?
You're right. But make sure you tell the right person. Make sure you tell the person who hold themselves accountable too.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's true. You tell the wrong person your goal, you feel they think you're showing out.
Tell the person to hold themselves accountable so that when they give you the constructive criticism, it doesn't sound like it's not coming from a person who haven't completed the job. It doesn't come from that individual. So you're right about telling people your goals, but we need to start instructing people to tell the right people, not just people. Tell the right people. Tell the ones that you quote unquote afraid of. Like, for example, like my business plan that I put together that I thought was a solid business plan. Man, I sent it to one of my homeboys that's doing well over 8 figures, and he ripped me a new one. Not because the business plan wasn't a good business plan. It wasn't a good business plan for the level of expectation that he has for me. Right? What he sees from me.
Hey, that's big now, because I never looked at it that way. I have not looked at it that way, because if you're talking to people that's doing more out there further than you, they could see them in you and could see the journey that they took on and how they could get you to where they are now quicker.
Absolutely. If you're willing to do the work.
If you listen, because see the way I say that is because it's always going in 3 directions. To be fulfilled, that number 3 is my thing. 3s and 7s, that's my numbers, right? Number 3 is always something, because you're looking forward on your journey. You're looking for people that you can go with, and then you're looking for somebody behind you that you can deposit onto. The older you get, the more that you want to deposit back. So the people that's already making it, they have a fulfillment of an obligation to who's inside them, to the laws of 3s, that they got to give back. If you take it, you got to give back, right? That's why a lot of the wealthy people, you see them wanting to give back. And I built up my philosophy on this same thing, because I like to start and say it's freedom, family, finances, and fatherhood, right? A lot of times in our culture, we used to hear say family first, my fam first. But I've come to find out that a lot of times if you put your family first, you're not thinking. You just putting your family first. When I got into a situation where I could free my mind, freedom, I was trapped, but my mind was so much more free than when I was free and my mind was trapped. You see what I mean? So when I start to free my mind and I start to think bigger, that's why I say freedom first. Free in the dome, free in your mind, right?
Free in the dome.
Freedom. You want to free your mind, then you go for your family.
Man, don't get me started talking that 5% talk, man. You know, I was part of the nation. I was part of 5% tribe, man.
You know, I pick up a whole bunch of knowledge that I take with me, man. And
I ask you, what's your supreme mathematics on site?
Hey, I know a little bit about the numbers. I ain't seen them in a minute, but I know a little bit. See, I studied with a lot of different people, man, because the thing is, you got to be able to be open-minded to be able to go. See, entrepreneurship is about seeing things that other people see wrong, right. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes I have people on my team that have cost me some money. I'm talking about 5 figures of dollars. And I kept them on the team because I need a team. And see, some people seen that as wrong, but I seen it as right. Because see, what I realize is that every man has to make their own mistakes, and every person has a feeling when they make a mistake. You back your car into somebody's car, and you're like, "Damn, man, now I got to spend this money." Right? It ain't you lose your wallet, or you do something and something say, "Man, I should go get that," and then you leave your door open or something, right? So you got to go through your own mistakes to actually make yourself great. And what we do is, as in the mindset that a lot of entrepreneurs have, is that we have to see what other people see wrong and see it as right, because you got to keep those people around. Although not certain people, but if you're building a team, you know who that is. Now, I'm not talking about the worker that's stealing in the building, that you got in the building, he's stealing the stuff. And I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about something that's at the table that you see building the table. The table has 4 legs. I seen one that they said could have 3. And I was studying real estate, and they said the table that has 3 has talent, treasure, and time. That's all you need. If you got those 3, you got a deal. Somebody got the talent, somebody got the treasure, and then somebody got the time. So even in then, you need people to build on it and sit down at the table, right? So if you got you a core 3 or 4, you got to allow them to make their mistakes so they can be great. And that's why I see a lot of entrepreneurs, they get rid of 2 people too quick. They don't build a team, and they find themselves struggling doing it all by themselves.
Because we don't remember, we're entering a new space we're entering a new space that we've never really reveled in. And I'm also going to put this number out there too. 98% of entrepreneurs are sole props.
You
It's
talking
all
about
private.
legally? You talking about legally or mentally?
Both.
No,
They only
wait.
sole prop. They're not used to team. They're not used to. Majority of us
I'm telling my people LLC it up,
are
but
not are
I
not
don't know.
leaders.
I'm not saying just LLC because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying with some legal protection. Because see, the whole thing is about going for assets.
Well,
If you
see, no. You took what I said. Let me correct that.
okay, so they're backing on them
When I mean sole prop, mean that they're individualized.
mentally.
Many
Yeah,
of people
that's
who are
what
starting a business are not coming from place where teamwork is endorsed or sponsored or is the livelihood. That's why in sales, when people are recruiting, they want to know did you play college sports? And not only did you play college sports, what level did you play it at? Not only what level did you play it at, were you the team captain? Were you one of the best players? Because that all equates to work ethic. That all equates to understanding how to lead. So when most people who get the vision of starting a business or being an entrepreneur and they give up on people so quickly, it's a reflection on how they give up on themselves because they don't understand how to go through the process. B, it's a reflection on them not hiring a coach, not hiring. I ain't say finding a mentor. I said
yeah,
hiring a coach, meaning putting skin in the game
yes, I
to
believe that's true.
coach you on becoming a better entrepreneur. If you look at under the guise of sports, Tiger Woods is considered one of the greatest golfers of all time, if not the greatest. But he had not only his father, he hired coaches to help him with his swing, not just long iron. We talking putty, right? We talking eagles, the technique, the softness, right? He hired coaches. Then he brought something to golf that golf never really experienced, which is having a strength coach. Most golfers wasn't working out the way he was working out. Now you look at these young golfers now, they in the gym, they working out. You can see it in how they wearing their polos, right? You look at Michael Jordan, it was until he hired Tim Grover, his fitness coach, his mindset coach. And what did Kobe Bryant do? Do the same thing. What did Wade do? Do the same thing. But for some odd reason, an entrepreneur just don't believe that they need to hire a coach when the best of the best hired a coach. So you got to always remember the best of the best is not entering the ring of entrepreneurship.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I've been talking, and it's not even that they don't want to; it's that they don't see the benefit of investing the money. And see, that's one of the things you invest in coaching, then you spending money. Because a lot of times when I got into it, I was getting into a Facebook group for $300 when I first got into
Mhm.
business, and I got into the Facebook group. And that's changed my whole life. But at the time, people was like, "Man, you spent $300 getting a Facebook group? You crazy?" I was like, they didn't think. But dude, that changed my whole life. I learned some of I'm still in the same group, and the guy messed with me till this day. He put me on my first stage. He's a great guy. I got people following me from the group. Like, I mean, I'm loved in the group. He got a conference he hang, and I paid $300 to get in the group when he had a Facebook group, just cause I just feel like he was keeping it genuine, right? And what I mean by that is because well, you got to get around certain people that think different, and it is you should pay. Like it is pay. I talk to people all the time, and when I say all the time, I hate saying that word. I don't. I look to change my the way I talk and saying all the time, never, and
Right.
everybody like those absolute words that we've been conditioned. Because a lot of times when you use the absolute words, those words that makes that statement a lie. A lot of times that's overstatement. Everybody's against me. Nobody want to see me win.
Right.
That's overstated. And so when you understand that, man, some people don't want to see you win, and you focus on the other people that do. And that's mindset. Just like as you say, I tell people when they say, I'm trying to get it together. No, try to pick that up. I got this right here in front of me. We'll go my earpods, right? And I
Mhm.
sit there right there and I say, man, try to pick that up. See, trying is a word that we listen to that gives us an option to fail. If you're going to get it, you're going to I'm going to get this. I'm going to take my business to the next level. I'm going to do this. That puts more vigor into it. The reason that I know this is because when I realized that our brains is like computers, and the same way they program computers is with numbers and stuff, and they got to tell the computer what to do. We program our brains with words. And so the words that we hear, the words that we tell ourselves, and the words that we allow to play in our mind is how we condition ourselves for the battle. And so a lot of times we'll get around people and we joking and we playing, but we don't understand those words. The subconscious mind doesn't know positive or negative. So if it hears, I'm tired of bills, it hears bills and it looks for more bills. But if you see that you put your bills on auto pay and you don't worry about the bills, then you find that too. Because, dude, it's nothing easy. Hey, man, I love auto pay, right? But you have to be around other people that auto pay. I start putting my bills on auto pay around people that like, I ain't doing auto pay. I need to get control of my money. And then I got to thinking, man, I do need a little control over it. What happened if I don't have enough? But see, I need to get away from those people because I know I'm going to have enough. My lights ain't been off, my water ain't been off, my rent ain't not been paid, and my mortgage still being paid. So what I know is that everything is going to get paid. Now, the time you have the money in the bank to pay it, that's to do with cash flow management. And see, the thing is, what I'm learning now is that a lot of entrepreneurs, and I know we on the mindset, but the mindset is definitely, I say it's mentality, not money, because I'm turning over the cash flow management. See, the management of the cash flow comes from the mindset. And what happens in my cleaning company is that I moved up to bigger fish, but I didn't understand the game. And I say cash flow is because when you start to moving up in the numbers, people say they want to make $1 million, they want to make 6 figures, they want to make this, but rules change. The game is the same, but the rules change. And the reason that it is when I start making with 5-figure companies, 5-figure deals, those paperwork look different. So when I'm signing paperwork, I'm just signing paperwork because I'm signing the paperwork and not realizing that some of that paperwork is saying you don't get paid till I get paid. Now, I didn't know that. Now, right? So as I'm battling the game, I'm taking money from this job, paying this job, and thinking I'm doing like this. I'm taking money from this job and paying for this job because I'm paying my people when they leave. I'm trying to keep people going, right? So the whole process, what I'm saying is that if I didn't have the mindset to actually go through the process in education and learn certain things, I wouldn't be prepared for the next level. And I see this what you're talking about, being prepared for the next level.
Because there's levels to this ish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all had to graduate, right? We graduated from 4th grade to middle school to high school to some of us got an associates, to the bachelor's. From your bachelor's, you go to your master's. For your master's, you go to your doctorate. And sometimes you double up on your doctorate. You might go to law school to get your JD to understand how legislation works. Like, it's always levels to learning. It's always levels to the next step. You know what I'm saying? To wherever destination you get to, right? That's the beautiful thing about evolving. If you want to evolve, you got to understand that it's levels, and you got to accept the fact that growth looks good on you. Progression looks great on you, right? We have to say those things. You know, hey, Christian, you're right. Getting the coach was I have several coaches now. I used to have coaches, and the reality of the matter is I used to know more than my coaches that I first got on with. So me knowing more than my coaches during that time,
you got the wrong coaches.
I'm people look at me like I was an underachiever, right? But I had no idea that I was dealing with so much childhood trauma that I just refused to really face, right? But as far as me being, you know, it ain't about me and my intellect, but I know more than my coaches then. But I had to get around people who I respect, and most importantly, I had to get around people who I would trade my lifestyle for theirs. I had to get around those type of people, and I do my best to try to receive advice from that environment. But if the Most High decide that he want to use whoever he wants to use to deliver me a message, then I just move with my spirit of discernment and accept that message. So that allows me to finally not to look down on people who, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, I felt was beneath me or wasn't on my level. Ridding myself, doing a constant job of just chipping away at that ego, which really means edging God out, has allowed me to be more spiritually in tune with the messages, the signs and symbols that the universe has been providing to me through various people, through various channels. I was in an environment over the weekend that I realized I am not this dude.
Yeah.
This dude that I told myself I was, I ain't him. I don't belong here. I don't need to be here.
Dude, I was in a situation recently, and I kind of realized that I keep killing myself going in that same situation. And it's not that I'm hurting myself physically. I'm mentally hurting myself, allowing myself to continue to show up in this same situation. Not just a life situation. I go to see this certain person, or I go around these certain groups, or I go to this certain place, and I know that I'm looking bigger and past that. It kind of makes you down. But I got a couple of more. I tell you, my people, it's hard. Like, we're gonna go with a couple of more before we get on up out of here. And we got a last couple of words. And let's see what we got here. What's this right here?
William like to embarrass me. That's what I think he'd like to do.
Think so?
I think he'd like to embarrass me. So these young brothers right here, man, blessing. My youngest, I was in Invest Fest with Earn Your Leisure.
Okay.
My youngest son has a phenomenal clothing line. I think he put it on the shelf for a second because he want to rebrand. But if you ever follow World Visions, these two brothers are 7-figure earners that started from college, who started their own t-shirt brand called World Vision. So that was the CEO and the COO. And they allowed me to really pour into them because I used to DM them as they were starting up, giving them advice. And they decided they was going to mentor my youngest son anytime he needed, because they like his brand, they like what he was about, and they like how I poured into them. And so those are those young boys, 7-figure earners through a t-shirt line called World Vision. So I was in Invest Fest where, right now, say what you want to say about Earn Your Leisure, but they're bringing a lot of people who are of like mind of entrepreneurship into that place. And so I was there, and I also had to represent my frat.
I don't know about Earn Your Leisure. You said say that. I don't know. All right, so let's go. You say that. I'm embarrassed, my guy. Let's see what else we got.
I'm joking with you when I say that. Oh, man, once again, man, it's the power of connection, man. It's the power of networking. That brother right there is an 8-figure real estate investor. Wemby out of New York, man. Haitian, clearly is in my bloodline. I mean, we was at this phenomenal event by this young real estate mogul down here named Abram Mitchell. We had an opportunity to really connect, really build. We've been trying to build with each other on IG offline, and we connected at Invest Fest, really chopped it up. He came to Nashville, showed some love. And he's one of my real estate mentors, man. Like I said, high 8 figures, finna get to 9 figures. Been doing it a while. Talk the language that me and you talk off record, where we come from, similar background. And he up there. Like I said, he's an 8-figure real estate earner. Go get to 9 figures. And it's a blessing to have him in my network of people that I could call, I could text, I could ask questions. Oh man, one of my mastermind members, man, provided me.
You say, oh man, this from back 2023?
Yeah, right, yeah. But last of the year, man,
he was speaking.
He allowed me to. He's another insurance broker, been doing it over 20 years. Allowed me to share on this platform. He really didn't have to allow me to share on this platform because he could speak about what I spoke about. But he was gracious enough to allow me to lend my level of expertise about term insurance and the importance of living benefits during this Cash Value Wealth Builder Summit, which was a great summit, man. I met some great people, some other speakers I've met there. So, man, just the power of networking, man.
All right. It's the last one right here. What's this right here?
Get rich off healthcare, baby. So, man, those two ladies I'm sitting next to are the GOATs, man. They are allowed. We already picked our second city, which is Atlanta. But Dallas, we had a standing room only. We sold out, and we was teaching people how to pivot into healthcare by way of opening up group homes, behavioral counseling facilities, unlicensed group homes, personal care agencies. The one in the middle, Miss Maddie Gaffney, is the GOAT of business credit. The one to the right, Donnie. She's from the D2, man, so I had to give her a hard time. She has I think 2 behavioral counseling facilities, and she's going to open up some group homes as well. So we just kicked off the tour, Dallas, that was met with a great reception, met some phenomenal people. I'm already doing business with several of the clients that were in stands that want to do partnership deals with me. And now we're getting ready to go on our second leg. The first leg, second city, which is Atlanta. That's going to be coming up in the next few months. And it's getting rich off healthcare, man. Teaching people how to pivot into an industry where, it's the new Bitcoin. Get on it. Better get right or get left. You know what I'm saying? Especially people in my age range. Generation X ain't gonna really have this level of opportunity to build wealth.
All right. So we got we got some people in the chat. Let me see. Let me see if I got a comment. Comment just came in. It said we received invaluable information at the healthcare conference. This was absolutely amazing.
Hey, tell them they don't want to miss Atlanta, Miss Alicia. Tell them right now they don't want to miss the Dallas. We just got started. We finna heat up. We finna cook. We're about to cook, man.
The healthcare conference, man. They got that. Hey, I'm telling you, man, conferences, man. I went to the Clean Biz conference today. It's so much information for people come around the world that from different cities that kind of know more. You get it's very, very informative going to these conferences. How do you think the conference
what I spoke about at the conference was what my title stated: how to create your own bank through cash value life insurance, which was met with a lot of great. Like, people didn't even understand how important cash value life insurance is and living benefits. And there's other things in the second city that I'm gonna dive a little deeper into about.
So get a little bit into that, because I don't know, I don't know what I don't know. So give me a little bit on the layman's term. Like go on the as I was a baby and talk to me about this. Let me see, because I got people that's in the business and they might not see that far, or they might not understand what could happen, right? So let's see, if the person's starting a cleaning business or starting any business right now, they don't have money, they're trying to get their business off the ground. What would be a suggestion or a ideal that you would throw out there, knowing what you know from your perspective?
For them to create, first of all, they need to learn how to leverage OPM, right? OPM stands for other people's money.
Okay.
Basically, the banks and the credit union, right? They need to monetize off their sweat equity and learn how to build business credit first and foremost, right? You could get $150,000, $200,000, but even if you have bad credit, within 4 to 6 months of building business credit, so you can leverage the bank's money, so you could start and use that capital to get the necessary resources you need to have a great cleaning business. That's the first step they need to do. They need to understand the importance of building business credit first and foremost. No ifs, ands, what's about it, because cash flow is king. And then once they learn how to build business credit, OPM, they need to understand the importance of OPSE. Something that we don't talk about enough, right? Why you want to create systems. OPSE is other people's sweat equity. You want to get to the point to where you're working on your business versus in your business, right? Virtual assistants, right? Other people's sweat equity, right? They're able to take the things that is least profitable off W.A.D.E. We ain't saying that it ain't profitable. It's just the least most profitable thing you could do during your time as you're working on your business, as you're looking to scale to 8-9 figure businesses. I mean, you need to be doing, as a CEO, 8 to 9 figure activities, right? Once they understand OPM and the importance of OPM, once they understand that it's easier to get $100,000 from the banks than it is from getting a contract and cleaning a loan from the bank. I'm not saying that you can't get it. We're talking about in the beginning stages, right?
You're right. In the beginning stage,
Or,
you're right. I'm agreeing with you 100% because that's one thing that I truly believe. When you said the business credit thing, that's one thing that I think sets me different than a lot of people that I follow on about this thing, is that I think that that the business credit and personal credit is something that you started when you start at the beginning. Right when you start your business. I got 3 LLCs and I started them 2 years after each other so that I can scale them up to use the business credit. Now, I got away from the teachings and it prolonged me, but I'm definitely need to get back. I'm on that journey right now. I got into too many things because when you said the business credit thing, you're right. If you starting a business today and you know that you want to leverage it to get in any investments or any in life insurance or a real estate or stock, whatever, if you learn how to build your business credit and your personal credit as you building your business, it's just like you're doing one thing at once. It's like all together. It's not like you're doing one thing. When I started off like thinking like a 480 when I came home. I got me a secure credit card and I started paying over. 2 years later, when my business was taking off, I was in position to be able to buy a duplex. So I like to say I take people from cleaning to real estate in a matter of years, because in 2 years from being incarcerated, I went and bought a duplex through my cleaning company because I focused on personal and business credit at the same time. So that's why I say when you said that, I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold up. You said something true. I ain't even got into that type of stuff on my station yet. I'm not even there. You really letting me open it up a little bit more, because I talk about cleaning a lot, right? So I'm on a cleaning stuff, but I want to transfer it over because I'm not just about cleaning. I'm really about putting the system together, like you said. OPSC, what was that?
OPM and OPSC.
OPSC, other people sweat equity. Okay, now you got the OPM. You're learning that, okay, I'm starting to get this credit in place. I'm starting to go to the Q line, the quills and the U lines, and I'm going through that way. If I don't have no credit, I got to go the long way. But if you got personal credit, I know they say don't use your PG.
You can shortcut it. You can shortcut it. But I want to challenge that too, because now I'm telling people
it's a lot different.
Don't listen to people telling you don't PG your credit card.
That's ridiculous.
That's a scam mindset. That's a scarcity mindset. One of the 5 C's of credit is character. One of the 5 C's of credit is character. You showing that you have a great personal credit shows that you have character, and that's what they're looking for, right? And the willingness of PGing, what that's really saying is, if you're used to paying your bills on this end, well, damn it, you're gonna be used to.
I'm gonna pay it over here.
You're gonna pay it over here. So when people say, we gotta stop trying to introduce people to the shortcut way of doing things, which I did. I mean, you cut so many goddamn corners, like you said, there's gonna be people running circles around you. You know what I'm saying? So I fell victim to that. Oh man, shit, it's a hustle, everything. It's a hack to everything. Here's a hack, here's a hack, here's a hack. It's hacking your progression. It's hacking the level of success you can you can get to at the you know what I'm saying? It's hacking your character. It's introducing your mind into doing things from a shortcut standpoint, to where you ain't gonna have the stamina to stick out anything long, because you're not building character through the process. You know what I'm saying? So I try to press on that because I was a victim of it myself. I was a victim of that mentality.
Yeah.
At one point, right? And I blame them, man. I'm a hustler. I came from the block. We just gotta hustle. Like, scarcity thinking, limited thinking, killed relationships and partnerships because of that scarcity thinking. So now I'm an evangelist of saying, no, you want to PG because this is what it means. And if you're a person of high character, a person of high integrity, a person that do ABC well, then I don't need you trying to get to XYZ fast.
Yeah.
We're going to DEFE. We're going to go down the line the right way.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. No matter how they care about the man, I don't care about the politics or nothing about the man. I was reading the book called Art of the Deal by Donald Trump, right? And
Uh-huh.
when he talks about going into his business, he talks about going into a business as the people, as the Fortune 500 companies go into it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so when he said, when I read out of that book, I got that mindset. And then when I got into my cleaning company, I had the lawyer, accountant. I went the long way. Like I got my
Mm-hmm.
LLC together. I got my business bank account set up. I didn't write no money under the table. I made sure I wrote checks. I wrote checks to my people. I didn't do at first. I wasn't doing no cash app or nothing. I got to write checks. Y'all don't go to McDonald's to get no cash. Hey, I'm writing checks, right? I was doing all of that because I had my mindset. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to build a structure like the structures that I want to see my company being. I don't want to take the shortcuts. And when you say that, when I was building my credit, because I wanted to get in, I was getting into real estate. I only started my cleaning company because I wanted to invest in real estate.
Right.
Now I've changed my plan, and now I want to take my cleaning company to 5 million in 3 years because I have a clear vision. I know how to do it. Federal government contract, and I've already seen over 380 in 1 year. I'm like the third year of business, right? So I know I could do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't even think to do it. I remember the first time I met you, and we was at the thing. I told you when my goal was 500,000. You said you could take it higher than that. You said take it higher than that. And at the time, you told me to have 5 million a year, right? You told me to take it higher than that. But at the time, I didn't know how. A lot of times we hear people say 10x, 10x, 10x. You don't know how to 10x because if you did, you would. When I went to this conference, that like Alicia said, when she went to the conference, I went to a conference and I seen a guy on stage and he was talking about a $5 million deal he made. And then he started to tell you how with government contracts, and see, I didn't know this, how they would pay you to work together with people because
Yeah.
they just want to see the job done. Whereas if you coming up this way, you trying to cut people out the deal because you're trying to get it out
Mm-hmm.
by yourself. The government don't mind if you work with people. So
They
then
don't. You just said the key word. They want to see the job get done. So they got to subcontract you. You know what I'm saying? The big company get the big companies, and then they subtract the smaller
all
companies
the way
to
down.
get the job done. Because remember, the government print money every damn day.
Yeah.
So it ain't a shortage of guap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
no, no.
saying?
So the point that I was making is it the mindset that a person saying, hey, they won't 10x this thing. But once you get around the right knowledge, you get around the people that's in the network, you get around people that you can actually talk to and brain dump on, and you can actually think, dude, when I realized how Walt Disney set up his structure to where he got the dreamers over here, he got the innovators over here, he got 3 separate people and they don't tell each other what's going on because you don't want the implementer people stopping with the dreamers. The people over here that got the ideas, some of y'all people out here got the ideas. You the person that got the ideas. You can think the idea. You know where to
Visionaries.
go, the visionaries. And then you stuck visionary and you implementing at the same time. Every time you implement, you have another vision and don't nothing get done because you don't put a
Oh
team together.
man, you was is in my closet of
You know
secrets.
what? You know why? Because that's me. You know what changed it?
Skeletons, rather, not secrets.
Virtual
Skeletons.
assistants changed that for me to where now I'm optimizing everything that I do because now I can create in the mind and I can hand it off to somebody who's more of an implementer and they can implement it and then they could come back to me and I can check it and see if it's right and I can start on the next thing. So as I'm starting on things, they got to say, sir, slow down. You got 2 minutes. I got about 10 things going right now. Guess what? They all are moving and I have people delegating to move them. Now, I could be done with my ebook long time ago. I finished it today. I got an ebook, the 10 lessons on business, where I go over personal credit. I go over still a marketing and how to put yourself in position. I'm going to make that as a free giveaway because I want to start giving things away. My target market is more of a 6-figure company because I need people around me that can put virtual assistants and teams in place so that you can get on stage, that you can do other things, you can focus on real estate. So I want to be able to give the stuff out so people can start and get going. Because once you have the knowledge and once you have the determination, once you have the perseverance, and then you get around the people, oh man, the promise is right there. It's right there. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I talk with a lot of passion because, dude, it's nothing more than a shift of mindset. If I did something different and I was in a confined state and I came out of everything, my children would tell you everything that I said I was going to do, I've done it. Now I realized that when I got through with that, it's time to redo some stuff, because now, as I said, I didn't even want to take my company to $1 million. I just wanted to have a company to go so I can invest in real estate. I did that in the first 3 years, 2 years. I'd say 2.5 years, because we had 2020 was COVID, and COVID shut down some money. But 2021, I was right back on them. I was right there at them. You know what I mean? So I did that, right? And so now I'm seeing that, hey, I got this system in the middle, W.A.D.E Global. It's a whole team of VAs, and we using marketing tools, and I can grow my cleaning company. Why not do that and help other people?
Well, we finna sit down and talk.
We already sitting down to talk. What we need to talk about?
All right, hey, I gotta go build global. I gotta get my. You've been trying to get me to do VAs for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I got my executive assistant, but we got to talk. And you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we got to talk.
This is the thing. This is the thing. And I'm going to tell you right here, because I don't cut no sugar or nothing. The thing is, you gotta want it bigger than that. Like with the VA thing, dude. If you are a visionary and you don't have people that you're delegating, and then with the way that the team is created and the price that you could do it, because it's a global economy. So once you're working with a global economy, people get mad because they shipping stuff over to other seas and getting done, but the people over here don't want to do them anyway. But the global economy, that's what W.A.D.E Global come from. I got a guy that's in Africa that creates my website. Right. And when you said about people that do over in Africa, do you know how amazed I am by hiring somebody in Africa? Because I didn't know I could do something for over there. So now it's sticking to something of my value. And I have my Filipinos that running the game for me. You know, they're more of the structure because they've been with me longer, because that's what I found out. I found out that, hey, my family from Jamaica. Jamaica got a good cost of it. I could get Jamaica callers, and they have Jamaica. So I'm introducing into that over there. I'm starting to tap into that. But the thing that I'm saying is, with the global economy, right, and the global reach that you want to have, when you build teams in other places, then you have a reach in those places anyway. My guy that's doing doing my SEO and stuff, he's creating my websites. Now I'm teaching him, and I had to spend time. This is why with the VAs, it's just anybody can't get into it. You got to teach them and train them. They're willing to work, and with the software, dude, I send them and show them what to do. I study all day, and I send them and I show them what to do, and now they know. So that's what you have to do. You have to spend time in teaching, or again, you could get with me, and I got VAs already trained, ready to do it for you. But this is the thing I want you to know. It's the thing that you said that what make it so good for me is because I am a visionary. I keep on coming up with ideas, and I want to start something, and I don't finish it. People that you pay hold you accountable. If you say, hey, I need this done on Friday, before they get paid, you're going to have it done on Friday. You see what I mean? And so they're going to check back up with you. Man, I appreciate you being on here, Corey Beal.
Appreciate you. Thank you, man, with the broken finger. Showing
oh man, I appreciate
you. Finger broke. So yeah, I appreciate it most definitely.
All right, hold up. What's this right here? Let me see. Somebody said, "Save this live, y'all. Save this live." Boss mom. Okay.
Hey, I always just go to my brother channel, man. William W.A.D gonna have it on his channel, so it's gonna be always there for your disposal. Man, it sounds like what me and his brother need to be working on is a mastermind.
Hey, you
ain't ready for that.
I have a community that I'm working on. If that's something you want to work on, I have the team that's already to put it together. See,
we need to go. Hey, we're gonna go to the cigar bar.
Hey.
Let's step aside and go to the cigar bar.
We might could do that. I gotta see what we got going on. But man, I appreciate having you on there. Boss mom, thank you for chiming in, man. Mr. Corey Beal Sr., and I'm William W.A.D, and wishing they ain't doing enough. We out there. Peace.
Appreciate it, man. Salute. Thank you.
All right.